Welcome guys. So we are learning today reflection. What we're learning today? Reflection. So what is reflection? Let me just teach you. One second. So what I mean by reflection? Reflection means, say, suppose this is point, say, 3, comma 4. This is a point. On x-axis, its value is 3, and on y-axis, the value is 4. So the point is, let's say, A. A is 3 comma 4. Now when it reflects in, say, x-axis. So this is horizontal line x-axis and this is vertical line called as y-axis. Now if this point is reflecting under x-axis, means x-axis will become mirror line. X-axis will become mirror line. What do you mean by mirror line? So you must have seen something like this in physics. This is called as mirror. So what happened in reflection? The point will go exactly on the downside, isn't it? And how much a distance would be there? Now there are some characteristics. What are the characteristics, guys, of the reflection? There are two characteristics. First of all, what happened? One second, let me just choose this straight line. So what is the first characteristics? It is perpendicular to the mirror line. The reflection is always perpendicular to mirror line, and it is perpendicular bisector. So distance AO would be the same as OA dash, isn't it? So this reflection will come equal distance on this side, isn't it? So this is perpendicular, means it makes 90 degree, and it's bisector. Well, this distance and this distance will going to be equal. So what is the coordinate of this A prime? The coordinates will going to become, this is 3 on the x-axis, and on the y-axis it will become -4. You understood? So what exactly we learned over here? So let's conclude this. When point A, 3 comma 4 reflects under x-axis, they write like this way: mirror image under x-axis. Okay, mirror image under x-axis. Point A, when reflects under x-axis, 3 comma 4, it becomes A prime, and the coordinates are 3 comma -4. I hope you understood this. Okay, so how we will formulate it? We can formulate it something like this way: A, x comma y, when it reflects under x-axis, mirror image under x-axis, it becomes A prime. And if you'll see, the 3 remains same, isn't it? That means x will going to remain same, and y has become reverse. So whatever this y, this will become negative of y. Are you understanding? So this is a formula. There's a formula. When point reflects under x-axis, its x coordinate remains same and y changes. I hope you understood this. So quickly write it down, these all things in your book. Hurry up, guys. You can pause the video over here and copy paste. So when you're copy pasting, guys, few things you have to remember. You write down the topic name, write down today's date, and write down the scale. Scale would be, you can write scale as 1 centimeter is equals to 1 unit on both axes. On both axes. Are you understanding? So what do you mean by that? 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit. So this is 1 centimeter, it's 1 unit. 1 centimeter is and 1 unit. On both axes, on the x axis as well as on the y axis. So that is a scale. So scale लिखा होना बहुत जरूरी है. X axis, y axis लिखा होना बहुत जरूरी है. And then फिर ये numbers लिख दीजिए and then just find the reflection and then write on these two lines. Okay, line number 1 and line number 2. I guess you are preparing your notes very carefully and fantastically. I hope you are enjoying it, isn't it? So, pause the video and copy paste it quickly. Hurry. Okay, so some students said, sir, can you give one or two more examples? Yeah, surely we can do more examples. Look at this. Say, suppose this is the point. This point is called as B. Okay. Now this point B reflects underlying x-axis. So this is, what is this point? Coordinates of B will going to be, coordinates of point B will be 1, 2. What is this coordinates of B? 1, 2. Now when it reflects under x-axis, this distance will come over here. Do you understand it? So this will become b prime and can be written as 1 comma, because this is 1 and this is minus 2. I hope you understood, isn't it? This is 1 and minus 2. So 1 comma minus 2. I hope everyone understood. Okay, I'll take one more example. Let's say this is another point. Let's say C, and it is reflecting under x-axis. So this will going to come over here, isn't it? So this will become C prime. Now, can you do this exercise? What is that? What are the coordinates of C and what are the coordinates of C prime? Simple. The coordinates of C would be minus 4 comma 1, minus 4 comma 1, and when it reflects under x-axis, it becomes minus 4, x-axis remain the same, and y changes, so it will become minus 1. Isn't it? 1 turned out as minus 1. Let's take one more example, point D. Point D as minus 7, comma 0. Point D is minus 7 comma 0. When it reflects under x-axis, it does not change, and that is called as, student, invariant point. I will going to teach you that shortly. Okay, so at the moment you can write it on the example as something like this. Okay, so basically we'll write some other things. Okay, this is not 2, this is formula basically. So the, one second. So the statement number 2 could be point B. What was that point B? If you can figure it out, 1 comma 2. 1 comma 2. When it reflects under x-axis. You can write something like this, or you can write it like this also, mirror image under x-axis. Figure it out, what is B prime? Then point C. Point C was what was, I guess, minus 4 comma 1. It was minus 4 comma 1. When it reflects under x-axis, what it becomes? C graph. What is it? Figure it out. And lastly, every point on the x-axis, say D, could be minus 7 and 0. Yeah. Minus 7 comma 0. When it reflects under the x-axis, what happens? So every point on the lying on the x-axis is invariant under x-axis. So it will become d prime will become minus 7 comma 0 only, because 0 does not reflect anymore, isn't it? I hope you understood these all examples. So for you, what will be the answer? 1 comma minus 2. What will be the answer? Minus 4 comma minus 1. I hope you understood that. Yeah, hold on. Okay, students, so it's time to start with learning the next point. So what is the second point? Reflection under y-axis. Reflection under y-axis. Keep writing your notes along with me, guys. So I have got the x-axis over here and y-axis over here, and the scale is again the same thing. Scale is on both axes. On both axes, 1 centimeter is equals to 1 unit. This is a scale. Scale लिखा बहुत जरूरी है. Now what do you mean by reflection under y-axis? Simple. So this is our y-axis become the mirror line. Now if that is a mirror line, then where the reflection will going to come? Say suppose this is point A. The point A is, what are the coordinates of A is 3 comma 4. A is 3 comma 4. So where this point of reflection will going to go? Obviously this is 1, 2 and 3 unit, which will going to go now over here 1, 2, 3 unit. Do you remember last time I told you this is perpendicular and reflection is perpendicular bisector, isn't it? So the A prime will going to become, A prime will become over here minus 3 comma 4. A prime will become minus 3 comma 4. So simply we can just write it down these as like this. When A point 3 comma 4 reflects under y-axis or mirror image under y-axis, it becomes A prime, or you can say A double prime. Okay, A double prime. Why A double prime? Because in the previous case we have taken A and A prime. Now I'm taking A double prime. So that will become minus 3 comma 4. Why it becomes minus 3 comma 4? When it is reflecting under y-axis, it is coming on this side and it becomes minus 3, isn't it? Minus 3 comma 4. Now, how we can formulate this? How we will going to formulate this? Simple. When any point A, x comma y, when any point A, x comma y reflects under y-axis, reflects under y-axis, it becomes A prime. And if you notice, look at this, the x changes, but y remains the same. So x will become negative x comma y. Are you getting it? So that's really, really simple, guys. Whenever point reflects under x-axis, whenever point reflects under x-axis, x remains the same, x remains the same, and y get reverse. Isn't it? Y get reverse. Same thing in the case 2, you can say when point reflects under y-axis, y remains the same, but x changes. Okay, I'll take one or two more examples. Let's say this is the point. B is B is 2 comma 1. Now when it reflects under y-axis, this will become 1, 2 points over here. 1, 2 points, isn't it? Now what will become this B prime? Simple, minus 2 comma 1. Minus 2 comma 1. Isn't it very simple? Very, very simple. So, okay, if point C is, okay, point C could be 1 comma minus 2. If that is a point, 1 comma minus 2. When it reflects, it becomes the C prime, isn't it? So what will be the coordinates of C prime? Minus 1 comma minus 2. Minus 1 comma minus 2. So y remains the same, minus 2 only, but x get reversed, isn't it? Any point on the y-axis, say this is minus 5 comma 0. So it does not get reflect anymore when it reflects under y-axis, isn't it? So every point on the y-axis is invariant. Invariant matlab does not reflects. I mean does not change its position. So every point in the y-axis is invariant on the or a reflection under y-axis. I hope you understood that, isn't it? So if you finish running this, that's cool. B is say 1 comma 2. Oh, is it 1 comma 2 or 2 comma 1? So sorry. B is 2 comma 1 when it reflects under y-axis. When it reflects under y-axis, what it becomes? B prime, or you can say B double prime also. Okay, so no confusion. Okay, C is like, let's say some other example, 1 comma minus 2, 1 comma minus 2. And always remember that, guys, when point reflects under certain axes, okay, like, so it becomes, say a reflects under a double prime, so it becomes minus x comma y. So if it again reflects is under x axis or what, the same axis, we will going to get the same thing. Okay, what do you mean by that? Say suppose this is point A, we reflect 3 comma 4, we reflects under y axis, and again we reflects is under y axis, we're going to get the same point, isn't it? I hope you understood what I mean by that. Matlab, when we would say a reflection under y-axis, and again we took the reflection of that, the reflection, we're going to get the same point, isn't it? Basic concepts. So it will become C double prime, and there is one D minus 5 comma 0 when it reflects under y-axis. What happened? So it will become, it will not going to change. D double prime will become minus 5 comma 0, because point when it reflects under y-axis, when point reflects under y-axis, y remain the same, 0 and 0. And okay, 1 second. Oh, it should be 0 comma minus 5. Huh? Then it will be the different one. I was wondering that. 1 second. Hold on. I'll just select it and I'll just change the points. Cut and cut. So point on the y-axis is called as, say, d as 0 comma minus 5. Let me see what I've written in the graph paper. Oh, it should be not minus 5 comma 0, it should be 0 comma minus 5. I'm so sorry, guys. It should be 0 comma minus 5. Point D is 0 comma minus 5 when in point land, the y-axis is coordinated. X-axis would be 0 coordinate and y-axis would be -5. I hope you understood. So what will be the d double prime? 0 comma -5 only. Y remain the same and x get reversed, but 0 does not get reversed, isn't it? So what will be c double prime? When any point reflects under y-axis, y remain the same and x get reversed. So -1 comma -2. This will become -2 comma 1. I hope you understood this, isn't it? So pause the video and copy paste, guys. So guys, it's time to stop over here. And in the next part of the video, what we're going to learn, we're going to learn reflection under origin, then a double reflection, like first it reflects under X and then it reflects Y axis, what happened, or first it reflects under origin and then it reflects under X axis, what happened, like that. Then what is invariant part? So these three important concepts, which we're going to see in the next video, and then few examples if could possible, I'll try and give to you all so that you can understand this chapter very well. Till then, bye bye.